Hi, I'm back. It's been about 6 months, and for those of you that have stuck around in terms of having me on your subscription list, thank you so much. It's pretty mind-blowing that that amount of people would stick around. But then again, maybe, I don't know, 900 of you are bots? I don't know. For the last 6 months, I've been very much concentrating on my family and just getting everything here settled. And for those of you that have already started this journey with me, you'll know that I have 3 children. Surprise to everybody else who's seeing this video for the first time. And that these videos, they're not reaction videos, they're appreciation videos. So the idea around them is that I may have seen already what it is that I'm going to be reviewing. But these are artists and songs that I think have a particular kind of resonance where they should be heard by people. It may not be your thing, and that's fine. And I would really like for some kind of enduring record to be there so that my children as well might be able to see one day what kind of a person I was, what kind of things I liked and for what reason. So that's generally why I'm putting these kinds of videos together. One thing that I do want to ask before we kind of move into our regular format is that if you've got something that you would like me to see or review, and it doesn't have to be music, it can be anything, chuck it into the comments and let me know. And I don't just want you to go, here's a thing, go and watch it. If you really want me to review it, you'll tell me why. Because knowing why you want me to review it helps me to understand what's so special about it, and then I can, project that further on to other people, or even just let my children see it so they can get an appreciation of something that's great. I'm intending to review 2 videos today, but you've probably already seen in the title what they are. So, let's go to an intro. The video that I've got here with me now is Dimash singing Love Is Like a Dream. When I'd done the last lot of videos, this was the very last one. Since then there's been many more that Dimash has released. So much music to cover. But this was the one that people were telling me to look at next. So if you've been through all of my old stuff, and this is where we are, we're about to check out Love Is Like a Dream. So I'm going to hit play and we'll check it out and we'll come back, eh? Here we go. So atmospheric, always so atmospheric. Great intros to his songs.
Я в глаза твои, как в зеркало смотрюсь. Отражение потерять свое боюсь. Не хочу, чтоб я лишь гостем был в сумраке ночей и в судьбе твоей. Я люблю тебя, как любят в жизни раз. Словно солнце в мире не было до нас. От забот и мелких ссор я тебя увел, и ключи от счастья для тебя нашел, для тебя нашел.
That is a good place to pause for a moment. I'm not used to him not displaying a whole lot of talent in the first minute. Normally when his stuff kicks off, it's just immediate. Well, I'm not saying that's bad, that's not what I'm saying at all. This is really quite a soft kind of a ballad to begin with, and we all know where Dimash goes once he's kind of kicking things off. But I really like how the piano kind of softly playing in the background, and the way that he is more speaking the lines than he is singing the lines gives it a sense of poetry and very much makes it feel very intimate for people watching it. It's just a testament to how much of a master he is of the art of singing. You might not like his stuff, but I can guarantee you that if you showed this to any of your musical friends, that they'd go, well, yeah, that man can sing. Yeah, good so far. Let's keep going.
Любовь, похожая на сон, сердец хрустальных перезвон, твое волшебное люблю. Я тихим эхом повторю, любовь, похожая на сон, счастливым сделала мой дом, но вопреки законам сна, пускай не кончится она.
Oh, that was good. That was really good. Going from this very, very calm, poetic kind of an intro, he kind of, he never just, well, he does sometimes slam straight into it, but he's doing the same thing that he does in Sinful Passion and a little bit in Love of Tide, Swans, which is where he takes you poetically through the first part and then lifts you ever so gently into the next part. And so he picks up a lot more in terms of the different tones that he's using in his voice. You see a lot more of that awesome kind of melody, kind of playful stuff that he does. The way that he elongates out kind of the final notes of a word or of a sentence is really brilliant, because I've said it in another one of his other videos, it creates distance for the audience. It kind of takes you and whisks you away and that it takes you into this beautiful state and prepares you for the next part of the song that he's going to sing. Just mastery storytelling, really. Keep going.
Я прощаю одиночество и грусть. Ты сказала в них, я больше не вернусь. Так бывает только в сладком сне, но любовь у нас наяву сейчас. Мне в глазах твоих себя не потерять. До разлуки нам любовь не разменять. И немыслимой ценой, и своей мечтой заслужил я это счастье быть с тобой. Быть всегда с тобой. Любовь, похожая на сон, сердец хрустальных перезвон, твое волшебное люблю. Я тихим эхом повторю, любовь, похожая на сон, счастливым сделала.
That was really good. He stepped us up again. He's definitely doing a Sinful Passion climb. But, man, there was a point in Autumn Strong where he does this resonance part, and it sounds like piece by piece he's distancing himself from you, and that very much reminds me of what he just done then. So that trill that he gives at the end of a sentence, but the way that he uses it, right? So he drags you out with this longer note to get you to kind of distance and fall into this comfortable kind of place, and then the trill at the end kind of wakes you up a little and brings you back so that he can begin the next part of the journey. Again, he's just so well trained. Keep going.
Но вопреки законам сна, пускай мир кончится.
Don't clap. We'll just pause it there for a second. The crowd's all clapping, but you can hear the heartbeat in the background, which basically means I'm going to do another thing, right? So we know another thing is coming. But whoa, wasn't that fantastic as always? Oh, that's right, I say fantastic a lot. So if you don't like that word, unfortunately, I don't know if this is the channel for you. There's always a point in each of his songs where he displays just the exceptional control that he has over the higher registers, and that was obviously just a stellar moment. There's a lot of people are telling me that they believe that this is his best performance. Obviously fantastic. There it goes again. Yeah, I'll talk more about why I think this is not quite my favourite. Mine, right? Everybody's allowed their opinion, but my favourite. But we'll watch the scene part first.
Любовь, похожая на сон, счастливым сделала война. Но вопреки законам сна, пускай не кончится.
Alright, that was great. That was fantastic. Right at the end there when he's really going for it, right? And you see him clench his fist to try and get the last part of that air out of his lungs to keep that note going. Someone out there, I know someone out there in the Dimash sphere knows how long that note was. So if you can throw it in the comments, that'd be great. It's not his longest, I don't think. SOS, he has a really long note run in there, and in Sinful Passion, right at the end, he has a high note that he hits that he runs down from that may be longer than that. But if anybody knows of the longest note, maybe it's in Daybreak or something like that. But if you know what it is, throw it into the comments, argue about it if you like, and we'll try and figure out which one of these notes is his longest note. Dimash falls into two categories for me. Artistic expression, and he falls into execution. And what I mean by that is, he's either artistically taking you on a journey, or he's executing a masterclass in singing. I can't remember which song it was that I re-watched. So he'd already done this song, but then he'd done it again. And it was just after he'd been on World's Best, which was, as we should all know, not the greatest thing. I mean, he would have annihilated everybody if they had have given him more than 3 minutes to sing a song, to actually express, that artistic side of himself. He also didn't want to compete against children, which is fantastic. Bowed out of a competition worth $1 million that he could have won just because he wanted to give the opportunity to kids. Come on. That's fantastic. And I don't care if you think it was a front or if he's doing it for any other reasons. The message that it gives out is worth more than the arguments people have about it. So after World's Best, he sung another song, and I think it might have been either SOS or Sinful Passion or something like that. But when you listen to the original one from 2017-18, and then you listen to this newest one of his, you can see it move from artistic expression, where he's kind of singing about, or he's singing with such soul and really getting him behind the words, pushing his feelings through all of the notes. And then you see the next one after World's Best, and it's kind of like he's gone on stage and just gone, this is how this thing is done, and done well. So he executed the song. And for me, that is fantastic and so utterly brilliant. But having the ability to tell a story and take somebody on a journey is, well, that's just magic in and of itself, isn't it? So for me, I prefer the ones where he's storytelling more than he's executing. Dari Dao, again, Sinful Passion, the first version that I watched. Daybreak, Daybreak, watch that video of mine if you want to see me cry. Leave a like if you do to make me feel better about it. That'd be really cool. And then you've got like SOS, the first one everybody should be kind of watching because it was kind of where nobody knew who he was. Again, really artistic. And then you've got the others, which are more like executions. They tend to be the same song, but sung in a different atmosphere. Anyway, that was probably, I'd say, third or fourth choice on my list. I should make a Dimash top 10 list, shouldn't I? If you want me to do that, throw it in the comments as well. Make enough noise, and I'll throw that series together, I'm sure. But for this one, I'm sorry, for me, Autumn Strong and Adagio beat this song out only because of the fact that Autumn Strong, to me, is a masterclass of singing. A masterclass. Singing, storytelling, feel, register, he just moves everywhere, and he's so soft and subtle with the way that he sings. It's a masterclass. Adagio, to me, just one side step, not really a step down, but a side step. So powerful, so much passion in it. Then you've got Sinful Passion and you've got Love of Tired Swans. And that's around about the place where Love is Like a Dream sits for me. That's Dimash. You should be listening to Dimash. You probably already are if you're visiting this channel. But if this is your first time here, look up his other videos. You don't even have to watch mine. Just go and look them up. Listen to them. Feel your way through them. The resonance in his voice, the tones that he uses, there's something very spiritual about it. One of the other things I intend to do with this channel is talk my children through a lot of these kinds of aspects and things to do with spirituality, and I'm going to mention this in those videos because life is resonance, life is sound, life is light. It's these basic things that make the reality around you. And his music, to me, falls into this ethereal category that touches the base existence of things, and it's almost a healing sound to listen to. One thing that I have done in the last 6 months is taken a bit of a journey back and had a look at some of my old favourite singers. Boyz II Men was huge for me, Whitney Houston, the Eagles, Michael Jackson, Little River Band, Doobie Brothers, just so much music, so good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch and listen to something from my second favourite artist, Morissette. I'm on by far the closest thing I have come to making me feel the same way I did back in the 90s when I used to listen to Mariah Carey. And this woman can do anything. So that the video that I've chosen to have a look at now, because there's so many others that I could go back to and cover that are along the same lines as the one that I have covered, Rise Up, so the Wish Bus ones. I could go back and look at those, but for this particular video, I'm going to choose one that I came across through other reactors where I was like, holy cow, that really shows a whole different kind of different ranges and abilities of Morissette. And that video is her singing Sweet Dreams in a mix with Dangerously in Love and Sweet Love. So, you know, going through a couple of Beyonce songs. This is brilliant, and I'd like to share it with you. So, let's do that. All right.
Sana po yung makarelate din kayo kasi this met touched my heart. So I hope it will.
She's so beautiful. We're going to pause it there. I mean, can you do more runs than that? I don't know if it's possible to do more runs than that, but I mean, it's obviously a Beyonce song, and most of you should have heard this song, I would think. But this song is especially powerful to me. I loved this song when it came out. It's not good just to be perfectly matching somebody else's performance, but the way how she makes it her own sounds like such a cliche thing to say, but she does. She makes it her own. And the feeling that she puts behind it, and her voice is so full and round. Dimash kind of takes me on a journey. Morissette's music definitely just kind of makes me feel awesome. It doesn't have to take you on a huge journey. Some of her music really does. But when you're just singing well, and that's enough for a lot of people, and the resonance in her voice and the keys that she's using and the notes that she can, forget about it. Anyway, let's keep going. there for those of you who are maybe unaware. This song's exceptionally hard to sing, or these songs are exceptionally hard to sing, and she's just nailing all aspects of them. The tempo change, she just handles it with ease, switches into it, and a lot of the time a great artist can move from the intense feeling of one song and the meaning behind it and the message it's delivering into the intensity of the next song, what that's like in delivering that message, and that's what I like about this as well. This is brilliant. So you probably pick up on it already, but she's singing off against the saxophone, right? And so she does a run, saxophone does the run, similar to hers. It's just great. Her vocal agility is brilliant. There you go, so Sweet Love's just popped back into my mind again. Obviously music like the Eagles, UB40, all of this kind of music in that era calls back to Sweet Love as well. I remember my parents listening to that song, but again, just her voice and her showmanship, the way that she gets the audience into the song, just makes you feel good and get invested. Yeah, I like it. no, Morissette, thank you. Again, just different kinds of music, right? Different kinds of music. I could listen to her sing anything and absolutely everything all day long. Dimash, on the other hand, I don't think I could listen to him all day long, but definitely it has a very, very firm place in my life for when I'm thinking, contemplating, just generally feeling something, and I need a particular kind of music to bring me back or to even take me away. And Dimash does that for me. But Morissette's fantastic. And I think she's fantastic even more so because she's ready, and she's the kind of artist that the world should be listening to. In any video you watch of people reviewing her stuff, they'll say the same thing. I think I've used up enough of your time. Before we do go though, if you are interested in the way that I say things, or what I'm saying, or the journey that we're going on, give the video a like, if anything, for the fact that it will basically help with the algorithm of your YouTube channel to get more of this kind of content onto it. So if you like it, you might as well like the video. Subscribe. Come along for the journey. Let's take a ride together. Be kind to each other. Come back. Come for a journey. Let's lift the vibration of the world a little. You know? There's enough stuff going on out there that petrifies people. It's good to get a bit of appreciation into your life. I'll see you next time.